Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Oh. No. Thank you, guys. Honestly. No, come on. I mean, this is not possible. I always say this. It's not possible to have this show without you guys. So come on. Make sure you give your guys selves a round of applause as well, okay? Come on. There you go. Yes. That's it. Yep. I mean, everything that Sports Frenzy is simply because you guys help make it what it is. There would be no Sports Frenzy without the Frenzy Nation joining us on board. What's up, everybody? I'm the coach, Coach Cole, back with you here. Yes. Oh, cut it out. No, you don't need to do all that for me. It's great to be back, everyone. Great to be back once again. It is Season 8. This is Episode 3 of the Picks edition of Sports Frenzy. And welcome all to the Picks edition. It's great to be back again. We have another wonderful weekend planned for you guys of football, and we got some hockey going on. Playoff baseball is just around the corner, which we don't have on the sheets yet, but we may at some point get to that for Sports Frenzy, seasonal baseball. But right now we're sticking to a lot of the football games, liking covering our local teams and such. So that's one thing I like to do. Make sure we get all our local teams in there. And by golly, I almost screwed it up good this week. So it's a good thing I got sheets out early. And, thank you, Coach Ron, for helping me out with that one, catching a vital mistake on my part. And, yeah, so that one could have been disastrous. As you can see, got on some very cool gear this week. Get down here just a smidge more. Get a little bit more of the shirt. There we go. Yes, there we go. Sporting Columbia Central gear, folks. That's right. Yes, let's hear it for Columbia Central. Big round of applause for you guys. So got to talk briefly with Coach Ron not too long ago, and he had nothing but great things to say about the show, and I'm honored that you guys love the show, just like I am honored this week to be sporting Columbia Central football gear. And guess what, folks? You know what? I just want to give a huge shout out to Coach Ron and the Columbia Central football team, because they didn't have to do this, but I got all this gear. I normally, all the stuff you see me in from my different schools, I usually buy. I come back to work, and my buddy Coach Ron there comes over a little later, and he goes, "Dude, I got your hookup for you. I got you a hat." And this isn't no cheapo hat either, man. This is a high quality. I got to tell you, this is one of my new favorite hats. This is a dang good hat, and I love the colors. I love the quality, the way it fits. It's a perfect hat for me. Hooked me up with a shirt, and as soon as I get me a vehicle back on the road, because the Sports Frenzy beater van is no more, I will be sporting a very cool Columbia Central bumper sticker on my new vehicle. So thank you, Coach Ron, and thank you, Columbia Central football team. I am very humbly honored to be wearing your guys' gear and promoting you guys this week. Huge shout out to you guys. Much love from the coach to you guys. And once again, I just want to also give a huge shout out to the Laura Haviland programs for shout out to you guys for taking part in Sports Frenzy. And Yep. Cheer 'em on. That's right. Thank you so much for thanks again so much for being a part of the show. One of the things I do, and you guys have jumped right into this. We've had 8 seasons of this. This is the 8th season. You guys jumped right in with us, and I kind of forget that you guys are new to the program as far as Sports Frenzy goes. So I have to. I wanted to jump back a moment and give everybody the rules so you can understand how it works a little bit better with the picks and stuff. So I'm just going to go over the rules real quick. I mean, it's nothing. It's not really that big of a deal with the rules. And I think you guys will like these because you know what? Sometimes in school you have to make choices, and you either like those choices or you don't. But with Sports Frenzy, here's my philosophy on Sports Frenzy. So you have 2 teams. And sometimes there might be teams on here. I know when my buddy Jamie Rose was helping me out with the sheets when he used to do Sports Frenzy, he'd put some teams on here that I would be just like, ugh, no, nope, not going to do it. So with Sports Frenzy, you have the choice. You can pick the team you like, or sometimes you can struggle and pick the team you don't like. Or other times you can just say, you know what? I don't care about this game. I don't like either one of these teams. Now, that's not going to help you with the points. But if you have a pride factor like I do, there are certain games I will not pick. Like Jamie used to put the green team and the red team on there that happen to be college teams that I'm not a huge fan of, and I just said, you know what, I don't care about that game. I'm not choosing it. It doesn't matter to me who wins or loses that game. No, I won't pick. So that is an option. You can defer on your sheets. It costs you the point, but if you're prideful like me when it comes to these games and love and certain teams you can't vote for, there are certain teams I can't vote for. Of course, sometimes Jamie Rose has joined us on Sports Frenzy right now, and he named those 2 teams, and I'm not going to say them on the show, Rose. The green team and the red team are good enough. That's all they need to hear. Anyway, so that's an option. If there's a team you don't like and you flat out don't want to pick it, it's okay to defer it. You just lose that point for that team. So every game is worth 1 point unless the game says it's the 3-point bonus game. Then that game is worth, obviously, 3 points for the week. So those are the ones we try to make a little trickier for you guys. We make them really good games sometimes. And other times, it just might be a personal favorite. And you might go, well, why the heck did they make that a 3-point bonus game? Anyway... and just like, I did this for the recap show, but I'm going to explain it again so everybody can get the hang of it a little bit more and get used to it. And Jamie Rose also has said, go blue always, and that is true, right here in this house, and I know in a lot of your guys' houses too. Because in the reality, when this show started, it was all about Michigan. There really wasn't any other teams that I've tried... Being the reporter that I am now, I've tried to be a little more non-biased to other teams, but I bleed blue. I'll tell you that. I bleed blue for life. So, go blue as well. Back to telling you about the sheets real quick. With the NASCAR picks, I kept the original concept that Jamie made for me on these sheets, and you have several different drivers here. This is not every driver in NASCAR. We picked some of the most popular top-named drivers. But we also have a spot left open for you guys, if everybody can see that. That says, your pick here. What that really means is that if there's a driver that's not on our list, you can write that driver in and put him on here. And or the other choice is you circle just one driver. And if that driver comes in first, second, or third, you get a point for NASCAR this week. And, guys, you will see from time to time, this week we have the WWE Wrestling pay-per-view No Mercy. And I don't have all the guys on here. I picked 3 different matches. It's traditional, kind of like we don't put everybody on there. We just choose some of the matches. So I'll go through that later. Some of the matches that I felt like were some of the better matches. Is it really, Rose? I didn't even realize that. Jamie has texted in to me. You know what's going to happen, Rose? If you keep this up, I'm just going to put you back on the show live. Is what's going to happen. Rose says it's playoff time for NASCAR, so yeah, that's going to make a little bit of a difference on certain things. It might be narrowed down to certain drivers here pretty soon, and I'll take a look at that. I haven't even had a chance to even look at that schedule, so yeah, we'll go there. I'll have to go there, obviously, and figure that out here pretty soon. Thanks, Rose, for bringing that up for me. For those of you also who don't know, we do two versions of the show. One version is on my Thursday night filming. We're live on Facebook on the Sports Frenzy Nation. And the other part, I'm filming for our Friday classes. And Jamie says he'll never be able to return to Sports Frenzy because we can't offer him a big enough contract. So he's having furnace issues. Anyway, Jamie, you're fired! That's why he didn't renew his contract, but he might turn up on another team. You never know. Anyway, just kidding, Rose. He keeps us. Jamie is the one of my co-hosts from Sports Frenzy in the past for our Laura Haviland programs that don't know who Jamie was. I have not had the time to post any past videos up for you guys to see, but we have a lot of classic years videos that you guys can see for that. So, but he still obviously likes to sneak in on me from time to time from behind the scenes on our live feed. So we have our live feed and our behind the scenes. He's behind the scenes now. So we have our live feed on Sports Frenzy, and you guys will be watching the rest of it tomorrow in the video version that I'm also filming. All right, so I'm 13 minutes into the show, and I've been rambling on, and some people are sometimes look at us and go, could you just start getting to the picks, please? So that's what we're going to do. Oh, yeah? That's how it's going to be, huh, Rose? Ditch Sports Frenzy for ESPN. Anyway. All right, so we're starting off with, we have high school football again this week, and it is all these games are at 7 p.m. I also want to apologize to everybody. One last time real quick that I'm sorry I had a couple of mistakes on the sheets this week. Thanks again, Coach Ron, for catching those mistakes for me. So that's why been trying to send out the sheets early so somebody might be able to catch the mistakes, and then I have time to correct them and get them resent out to you guys. So I'm looking for you guys' help this year, keeping me on track with games. If that happens, keep me in the loop so I know. All right, we're going to start off with some high school football. 7 o'clock games. We have our first game of the week on my schedule. I have the 3 wins and 1 loss Michigan Center. And they are traveling to the 4 wins. Okay, guys, settle down about this one. Settle down for this one. The 4 wins and 0 losses, the mighty Addison Panthers. Oh my gosh, I have to say, is the world coming to an end? I don't even put up a disclaimer for this anymore. Bottom line is, I went to Addison. I graduated from Addison. I'm an Addison alumnus. If I want to talk trash about Addison Panthers, I'll talk trash about the Addison Panthers. Because, I'm sorry, everybody cries and says, that today that, oh, don't take it out on these kids that are playing now. It's not fair to talk like that. I'm an Addison alumnus. I've never, ever, ever seen a good Panther team. I'm sorry to say it, but it's truth. I've never seen a good Panther team. We have a Panther team right now that is 4-0. Side of the story to this, we've played the Panthers. I'm not even going to say we because I'm sporting Columbia Central. I'm Columbia Central this week, boys and girls. Columbia Central gave me free gear. They've made me an honorary member of the team. I am a Columbia Central representative. Go Eagles. The Panthers, the Addison Panthers, have not had a strong schedule. However, mentally, these guys are getting wins. So, Michigan Center's 3-1. Addison Panthers are 4-0. And as long as I'm on it, guys, not just Panthers. So Coach Ron hooks me up with Columbia Central gear. That kind of leaves all you other high schools in a situation now. The bar's been stepped up. Who's going to be next to support Coach Cole with some gear? Will there be any more gear for Coach Cole? Or will I be Columbia Central strong for the rest of the school year? Think about that one. Anyway, I'm going Addison Panthers for the win. I don't really know much about Michigan Center other than that they have 3 wins and 1 loss. I feel like I get a feeling, I think for one thing, mentally right now, they are very much on board as far as playing goes. People from Addison are going to be mad at me because I said that I don't know how. I don't really feel like their schedule has been super strong yet. So stay tuned and we'll see. I'm going to give the Panthers the win this week, and that's all I have to say about that. All right, our next game. We have the 3 wins and 1 loss. The Adrian Maples. Do we have any Maple fans out there? Oh, I begin to think we didn't have any Maple fans out there. All right. I got to give a shout out to Michelle Paulson in the high school room because, first of all, I heard, got a little message from my friends at the high school that said, we weren't real happy with you and that whole lights out comment. What can I say? As I talked to Michelle later, I didn't mean anything bad by it, honestly, guys. I mean, you never know. Any time, anybody's lights could go out. But now that you guys got all the bugs worked out at the new stadium, I'm sure everything's going to be fine over there. So we have the 3 wins and 1 loss. Adrian, they're on the road this week. They are playing the 3 wins and 1 loss. The Chelsea Bulldogs. I am, once again, this week, even though Chelsea's not a local team, I do like Chelsea. Now, calm down. I'm not saying I'm going with Chelsea. I'm going with the Adrian Maples for the win this week. Come on, Maples. Let me hear you. That's right. Raise it up. Raise it up. Got the Adrian Maples for the win. All right, here we go, guys. Our next game is it's our first three-point bonus game. It's a first three-point bonus game. Everybody sing it with me now. 3-point bonus game. Yeah. All right. We have the 2 wins and 2 losses. Blissfield, and I see on my sheets I made the mistake of not editing off the home team. Sorry, guys. So just scratch off home team because the 2 wins and 2 losses Blissfield are on the road this week. They're heading to one of the greatest high school football teams around. That's right. The 3 wins, the 1 loss, the Columbia Central Eagles. Let me hear you, Columbia Central fans. Let's go, Eagles. Let's go, Eagles. Let's go, Eagles. That's right. Now I know Coach Ron and the Columbia Central players are not going into this game underestimating Blissfield because, gotta tell you though, Blissfield has 2, I'd say, huge wins under their belt this year. With beating, they got a win against Clinton, who in the past has been really good teams. I know they're a bit younger this year. But they also got a win against the undefeated, at the time, the Onstead Wildcats, who are pretty good this year. So 2 big wins for Blissfield. I'm sure Columbia Central is not going to go in there and underestimate those guys. Coach Ron will have the boys ready to go. I've got Columbia Central for the win. All right, next up, we have the Morenci Bulldogs. They have 2 wins and 2 losses. They're on the road this week. Playing the 1 win and 3 losses Britton Deerfield. 1 win and 3 losses. Sorry, I'm not wanting to, and it's not trying to be a jerk or anything about this, but I feel like Morenci's going to get it done with easy fashion this week against Britton Deerfield. Morenci's big team, and Britton Deerfield is not really. Man, I got these kind of back-to-back this week, but that's okay. Here we go. 3 points! 3 points! It's your 3-point bonus game! Yeah! Your 3-point bonus game this week, folks. And whoo, is it warm tonight. I'm sweating right now. Before we go on any farther, one of this week's sponsors for me is 100% Juicy Juice. Orange Tangerine Juicy Juice. One of Coach Cole's favorite drinks. That and the white grape are 2 of the best in the Juicy Juices. Gotta get a big swallow right now, guys. Sorry. All right. Before we move on, we have a few more comments from Mr. Jamie Rose. Well, Jamie Rose and Julie Mapstone are both from Blissfield. Jamie Rose says, "Go Blissfield." And he also says, "I'm wearing my varsity jacket right now. Go Blissfield." Rose, Rose, Rose. Not a chance. Not going to happen, buddy. All right, next up, we have the 2 wins and 2 losses. Your Sand Creek Aggies. And they are traveling to Clinton, who also has 2 wins and 2 losses. Ooh, man. Clinton's a young team this year, and Sand Creek has a new coach. Makes this one a tough pick. Both are 2-2. So this is what I tell you guys. This is what I'm going to do for this game, just because I have family in Clinton and I have family in Blissfield. So this game for me, I'm not going to be able to call it for myself. I'm going to defer. And so that means I'm basically sacrificing 3 points this week. But that's okay because I feel strongly about both these teams. So I'm not going to I'm not going to pick a team. So it's up to you guys on what you want to do on that one because I like both those teams pretty good. All right, moving right along. Next up, we have the Hudson Tigers. 4 wins, 0 losses. Got to give a shout out to one of my best friends growing up and my brother. And he's my Hudson sideline reporter. Calls all the games for me in Hudson. Keeps me up to date on scores by the minute, really, over there in Hudson. My good buddy, Rich Hollowell, everyone. He is my... but Hudson's on the road this week, so I'm not sure if he'll actually be at this game or not. Plus, his work... He goes to all the home games, and he goes when his work schedule permits. So, we got the 4 wins, 0 losses, Hudson. And they are traveling to the 1 win and 3 losses, Erie Mason. I don't feel it's going to be any problem this week for Hudson. Go Hudson. All right, next. Starting to get to that point where I can't talk. Next up, we have a very much struggling Madison team this year. Wow. Madison, they have 0 wins and 4 losses. Now, see, if I actually still worked with Janika, I could find out what she knows about the football team this year because her son, who's injured, was supposed to play for them. So she probably has the inside scoop for me on why Madison's not so good this year. Also, I'll give a shout out to Coach Taz over there. Coach Taz used to be a neighbor of mine. Good guy, great coach. Good man out there leading the troops. And I sure hope this season doesn't hurt his chances at remaining a coach. So, shout out to him. They are traveling, unfortunately, to a team that is just the opposite of them. 4 wins and 0 losses, Whiteford. Sadly, I don't think Whiteford's going to have any problem taking it to Madison this week. And I hate to say it, but I'm thinking I'm wondering if there's a possibility that there'll be a running clock before halftime at that game. All right, guys. This next game confuses me quite a bit. I'm wondering, I've never heard of this team before. So I looked them up. We have the Waite the Wait Indians. Okay? But wait, it gets better. Oh, bad pun. Not only are they 0 wins and 4 losses, but they're not even a Michigan team. These guys are in Ohio. This is an Ohio school. So why, Tecumseh, what are you doing playing an Ohio school? This makes no sense to me. It's not playoff time. This is regular season football right now. Why are you guys not playing Michigan schools? Lord knows there's enough Michigan schools out there. Did you have to go to Ohio to play an Ohio team? Or Ohio has to come up here and play you guys? I mean, really? This makes no sense to me. We don't really have any real representation in Tecumseh, but anybody that might be watching the program from Tecumseh, if you want to comment on this one, I'd love to know, why are you playing an Ohio school? Makes no sense to me. Anyway, they have 0 wins and 4 losses. And they're traveling to Tecumseh, who is struggling this year, who has 1 win and 2 losses. And that 1 win came against Adrian, folks, as Mrs. Catola will tell you. Apparently there was a little betting going on over at the Paulson classroom. A little friendly bet of jerseys, and I know Tecumseh won on that one. So, I have no idea who this Wait school is, but they have no wins anyway, so I guess it don't really matter. I'm going to go with Tecumseh for the win this week. All right, some of you might be wondering why in the world this game is on here. Well, that's a good question. We like to cover EPBP because the Lakers are not only one of Cindy Crone's, one of my friends. She's a former employee at ISD now. She retired. EPBP, up in the thumb, is a collaboration of several school districts. And we used to, back in the day, Jamie and I used to love to rag on the name of the school just because it's EPBP, made up of several different names. And so anyway, I put them on here because of first of all, one of my mess-up games that I did. I had one too many teams on here, and I didn't want to take away a team. And second of all, we like to cover EPBP from time to time, just to touch base with some of the old teams we used to cover in the older years of Sports Frenzy. Anyway, we have Cass City. Who are these guys? The Red Hawks. Their logo doesn't really have the Red Hawk in it anymore, I guess. Cass City High School. This particular logo is represented by the class of 57, apparently. They are traveling to that area on the thumb that is known as EPBP. The Lakers, who have 3 wins and 1 loss. I'm going to go with the Lakers. They've been pretty good in the past. I believe last year they were very close to a championship. So I'm going with EPBP for the win. All right, next up we have the Universal Academy Eagles. Universal Academy Eagles. You guys probably have never heard of these guys either. They have 0 wins and 4 losses. They are traveling to one of my good friends and former co-workers' son plays for this team this year. Lenawee Christian. Shout out to Melissa Morton and her son. They are 3 wins and 1 loss. And Melissa has been reporting in for me. She's been my sideline reporter for these guys, giving us frenzy updates. And thank you for that. We much appreciate that. They have 3 wins and 1 loss. And I'm going with Lenawee Christian for the win. And yes, Jamie says we used to little things we used to pick on EPBP is we'd be like EPBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBBB reminded me of that on the live feed. Rose, I'm glad you're sticking around tonight. It almost makes it feel like you're still here a little bit. Even though he was, he was telling me he's usually passing out about now. Yes, I didn't. I have, I almost put Bad Axe on here. Jamie Rose is commenting on the live feed about another school we covered a lot. We call it Bad Axe. Well, Rose, Bad Axe didn't have a very good record this year, so I decided, that game's not even worth putting on here, so I didn't put them on here because they didn't have a good record. All right, our next high school football game. I think Jamie's nodding off, and then he wakes up and makes a comment, is what I think. But he's still with us on the Facebook feed and leaving comments here and there. All right, next up we have the 3 wins and 1 loss Onstead. And now here's what I was talking about Columbia Central, because Onstead's 1 loss came from Blissfield. 3 wins and 1 loss. They are on the road this week, traveling to Hillsdale. We used to have a Hillsdale audience, but my source out there took a different job, and I haven't heard at a different district or a different building and never got back with me. So, Josh, if you're out there somewhere, get a hold of me, man. We'll get you hooked back up with Sports Frenzy again. Hillsdale has 2 wins and 2 losses. But I feel this week Onstead's going to battle back. I'm giving the win to Onstead. All right, guys, that is the end of our high school games this week. And of course, there's definitely, it is definitely other games going on, but other than our Lenawee County teams. But we cover our Lenawee County teams and some of our other teams too. So, excuse me. I'm gonna grab another drink here. I'm getting a little frog in my throat here. Oh, sorry, guys. Voice gets a little harsh there. All right, so we're moving on to some NCAA football games. These are our Saturday games this week. And we have the world's greatest college football team. That's right. We have the 3 wins and 0 losses. Let me hear it for the Go Blue Boys of Michigan. Go Blue. Go Blue. Let's go Blue. Go Blue. Go Blue. Go Blue. That's right. Go Michigan. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. That's right. They have 3 wins and 0 losses. They are on the road this week, traveling to Purdue. Purdue has 2 wins and 1 loss. This game kicks off at 4 p.m. and can be seen on Fox. Make note of that, guys. That's a different channel. Michigan isn't usually on Fox. But they're on the Fox network this time. So I've got the Go Blue Boys There are some people out there saying, oh, Purdue's going to upset Michigan. Let me tell you something. Purdue's not going to upset Michigan. Go Blue. Everything behind me, most everything behind me, go Blue. Michigan. One of the greatest colleges and football teams and basketball teams, wrestling, hockey. Go Blue. This is a Go Blue fan for life. All right, moving right along. We have the Wagner Seahawks, who have 1 win and 2 losses, and they are traveling to the 1 win and 2 losses, your Western Michigan Broncos. This is my MAC division team right here, boys and girls. And some of you might go, what? Western Michigan's your MAC team? I like the MAC conference. I do. I don't know why I like the MAC conference. I think it's just, I like some of the schools there. You got, I like Western Michigan, obviously. I used to be a Toledo Rocket fan, but not since they screwed my son over, unfortunately, and his fiance. So, yeah. They're no longer at the University of Toledo because of some crazy tuition stuff that they tried to pull, but that has nothing to do with sports. But I no longer support the Rockets. So I like, in the MAC division, I'm Broncos fan. I like Eastern Michigan. And who else do I kind of like over there in the MAC division? Central Michigan, and that's because, those guys come out and support our Olympians every year and do the Olympics, so got to give a shout out to Central Michigan as well. Anyway, this week, both these teams are struggling, but I'm going Western Michigan for the win. Go Broncos. Oh, this game is at 7 p.m. And if you want to watch it, you can go to the ESPN app. And it's on ESPN3. I'm sorry, guys. I got to take another drink. My throat is really... It's a little warm in this studio. I don't have central air conditioning or air conditioning of any kind. I don't even have a fan going because then that would make too much noise for the... All out sweating, baby. But you know what? You're not going to hear me complain about that because I can do without the cold in winter. However, let me say this. For all my high school football fans out there and all the players, make sure you stay well hydrated tomorrow or today, game night, because it's going to be a warm one. And those NFL guys, they have those big old fans that blow on them. You guys don't. You get to stand out there and feel that heat, baby. Stinky uniforms and all. All right, our next college game this week, we have Hillsdale College, home of the Hillsdale baseball team, coached by one of our good buddies, one of my good friends, Coach Gordy, out there in Hillsdale, and his son, Coach Hillsdale. So that's why I like to follow the Hillsdale football team as well. They have 2 wins and 1 loss. They're on the road this week, traveling into Indianapolis, playing the Indianapolis Greyhounds. And Indianapolis has 3 wins and 0 losses. Kickoff time for this game is 6 p.m. And I think in Indiana there's a time difference. I can't remember if it's earlier or later than us. So it might be... I'm sure you guys can figure it out. Plus, you're not going to the game anyway, most likely. I've got Hillsdale College for the win. That's what I'm going with. Hillsdale for the win. All right, next up, we have the Adrian Bulldogs. They have 1 win, 1 loss, and they are traveling to UW Stevens Point Pointers. UW Stevens Point Pointers. Try and say that one like 5-6 times fast. UW Stevens Point Pointers. The Pointers are undefeated. They have 2 wins and 0 losses. But I'm not jumping off and saying that Adrian's done. I'm going Adrian College for the win. All right, this next game, guys. It's our Squeaker game of the week. What does he mean by that? That's another thing I'll explain to you guys. Our Squeaker game of the week. Something we started a few years back with Jamie Rose. It was started out as the Jamie Rose Squeaker game of the week. What it comes down to is we feel this game is going to be a close game. What we mean by a close game varies from sport to sport. So, gosh, I'm trying to remember what the rules were for the football team. Football games. So, for Squeaker games, it varies and different. What are the different sports? We go So with football, I believe it was either a field goal win or a touchdown. One touchdown or 1 field goal to make it a Squeaker game. It's basically what I'm calling it. It's a close game. Well, we think it's going to be a very close score, not off by very much. And again, that varies from sport to sport. So like basketball, it might be if they won by a shot, which could come from a 3-point shot, a 2-point shot, or even for that matter, a foul shot. Could be a Squeaker win. Baseball, I said, was 1 run or a grand slam home run. It brings in however many people are on base to end the game. That would be considered that. What do we got here? Hey, it's my buddy the professor, Jeffrey R. Plum. Shout out to you, buddy, checking in on the show. Great show. You would think with the technology we possess, we could have people videotape themselves with their shirts and everything. With their shirts and everything the normal way. So apparently, yes, while recording, everything looks backwards, I'm assuming, on Facebook land there. I don't know. Anyway, the professor, Jeff, is a buddy of mine, fellow Addison graduate, although I don't know if he likes to admit that or not. And him and I get together and talk sports from time to time. Eventually, we hope to hook up and do a little something together, show together sometime, or just anything, a piece of a show. Get together for an interview session and just talk sports or something. But he is a good buddy of mine. He just checked in, so thank you, Jeff, for those comments. So back to our 3-point bonus game. Our Squeaker game of the week. We have the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, 2 wins, 1 loss. They are traveling to Lansing to play the 2 wins, 0 losses MSU. This game is on at 8 p.m. on Fox. So this will follow the Michigan game. Need I say more about that? I could come up with all kinds of crazy stuff for that one. I'll allow the Michigan fans to just smile and laugh and make their own comments about that one because I'm trying. I'm really trying to be better, guys, about being a little more non-biased because I do have quite a few MSU Sports Frenzy fans out there. Anyway, Notre Dame has 2 wins, 1 loss. Michigan State has 2 wins, 0 losses. 8 p.m. game on Fox following the Michigan game. And I feel this is going to be a close game. I don't know how I feel about this one. Don't have a huge love for either one of these teams. You know what? I'm going to go ahead, set a good example for you guys, show you how I do things around here. I'm deferring on this game this week too. I can't pick this one. It's not a team I like, so I'm not going to pick it. I'm not a big fan of either one of them. So I just think it's going to be a close game. All right, I have. I only put one NFL football game on here this week, and I'll tell you why I did that. Because after finding all these good college games and all our good high school teams, I was just looking at some of the teams, and I'm just like, I just don't really have a huge interest in the other NFL teams right now, and I don't. I'd rather watch some high school and college games. But I will watch my Detroit Lions, which is who I have on here. Hey, speaking of Detroit Lions, I added something to my collection here. Who's old enough in Sports Frenzy land to remember... Let's see if I can find him here. Either one of these guys. I know some of you are. Mostly the teachers. That's right. One of Detroit's best coaches ever. The one and only. Can you guys see that? Coach Wayne Fontes. And it's autographed. I got an autographed card from Wayne Fontes. I'm excited about that. All right. Not just Wayne Fontes, though, guys. I haven't got these up in the studio yet. I'm going to try. I got to get creative with it and figure out how I want to do this. Not only do I have Wayne Fontes' autograph, who's old enough to remember this guy? Mr. Eric Hippo. Mr. Eric Hippo, I met him when I was young. He came to Hillsdale when I was living in Hillsdale, and I got to shake his hand, and my dad forged his autograph on a card and told me for years that Eric had signed it for me. Even though I was so far back in the line, I didn't get it signed. I now have an authentic Eric Hipple autograph, folks. Everybody's thinking, yeah. Most people are probably like, yeah, so what? No, not me. I think this is cool to have Eric Hipple's autograph. I also have one other autograph I'm going to have hanging up in here somewhere. I have the great running back for, that's right, number 20. That's right, you guys are thinking number 20, right? I am too, but not the number 20 you're thinking of. I'm talking about the living legend himself, Billy Sims, boys and girls. You guys might think Barry Sanders is the man, but Billy Sims was the man long before Barry Sanders was. Huge Billy Sims fan right here. And I got an autograph picture coming of him. I actually wrote him and asked if I could get an autograph or something from him for Sports Frenzy, and he said, yeah, I just needed to, he just asked me to donate to his charity, so that's what I did. Donated to the Billy Sims charity, and got me a Billy Sims autograph coming on. So that's my number 20. All right, moving into Lions football. We have the Atlanta Atlanta Hawks, 2 wins and 0 losses. And they are traveling to Ford Field to play your guys' Detroit Lions. Got a slight rip in the card here. The Detroit Lions have 2 wins and 0 losses. This game kicks off at 1 p.m. at Fox. Are you guys buying into the Kool-Aid? The blue Kool-Aid? Is it Lion time? Is it too early to think Super Bowl? Is it too early to get hyped about this Lions team? What are your guys' thoughts on that? You can post anytime you want to about your thoughts by going to our Twitter page at SportsFrenzy1. You can also leave a comment on the Facebook page if you've become a member. And all you got to do is find us on the Facebook page. And I have to approve you. And then you're a full-fledged Sports Frenzy Nation member. We call you the Frenzy Head Nation, for those who don't know that. And you can post your comments also on the YouTube page, which is Coach Cole Sports Frenzy 1. That is the YouTube page. You can always comment on that too if you want to by watching at any time watching the show after it's filmed. But anyway, is it too early to buy into the Lions are going to have a great season, make the playoffs this year, and be a great team? Yeah, I think it's a little early for that. But I'm going to tell you, I did enjoy watching Monday Night Football. The Lions made it enjoyable to watch football. And it wasn't one of those things where you just kind of go, oh, same old Lions. I'm not ruling that out this year, folks, that it's not going to be the same old Lions. With this particular game, I think the Lions can get it done. I'm going Detroit Lions for the win to remain undefeated this week. I think they got the momentum going on. All right, believe it or not, it is preseason hockey. As of this filming, I believe for Facebook Live, we're 15 days away from opening day for Detroit hockey. So it will be 14 days for those watching on the video feed. But right now it's preseason hockey. I don't have any records for you because preseason doesn't really matter. But we have the Boston Bruins. And they are traveling and playing the Detroit Red Wings. And guys, this game's going to be televised. So you can watch this game. Let's see. Saturday night, 7 p.m. That's assuming you're not watching a good football game. Detroit Red Wings will be on 7 p.m. on FSD+. But I've got the Red Wings. Who's excited about the new Red Wings season? You guys excited about that? Let's go Red Wings! Let's go Red Wings! Oh, excuse me, I gotta get another drink. Throat. Oh, apologize for that, guys. All right, Red Wings season opening up soon at their new arena. So I haven't even heard how much ticket prices are going for or who's even going to break in the new arena this year. Well, we know Kid Rock broke in the new arena already with a concert, but I'm not sure who else or what ticket prices are going for this year at the new Little Caesars Arena. Doesn't even sound right saying that, but that's what it is, Little Caesars Arena. All right, next up, your next game, your last hockey game of the week. We have the Dallas Stars. They are traveling to my second team. I consider these guys my second favorite hockey team because I gotta tell you why I like these guys. Because I like my blues. Not just the team, the blues, but I like blues music in general. 'Cause it's just kind of cool to listen to those blues. Yeah. So that's why I like St. Louis Blues. I like their colors, and I like blues music. So that's why I picked them as my second hockey team. So I'm going with the Red Wings and the Blues for the win, and regular season will be here soon. All right, we're talking NASCAR. Probably would have been a good idea for me to look up where the NASCAR race is this week. I did not do that. Oh, stop it. Oh, guys. All right. Let's see here. We're going to look up NASCAR schedule real quick for you guys. All right, NASCAR schedule 2017. Race this week is being all right. Let's see, Saturday, it's a Sunday race. New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So it's at New Hampshire. New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And I'm just kind of etching those in this year. Race starts at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. And it is the ISM Connect 300. ISM Connect 300 is the race this week. My racer, I always choose him pretty much. I've done this forever, for the most part. Going with Kyle Busch for my driver. So if Kyle Busch comes in first, second, or third place, you get, I would get a point for that. All right, so I dropped the ball on this one, guys. I got so busy at work today, I did not print off my wrestlers for my wrestling sheet. So I'm going to have to do it this way. So the the No Mercy pay-per-view is on at 7 p.m. Starts at 7 p.m., I do believe. And our first match is John Cena versus Roman Reigns. You can look up there and see the two. John Cena, Roman Reigns are the first two guys. John Cena here, Roman Reigns on this side. I'm not a huge fan of Roman Reigns. John Cena is pretty much the face of the company. I'm going John Cena for the win. Our second match we have Finn Balor on this side. I don't know if he's going with his demon costume this time around versus Bray Wyatt. I'm going with Finn Balor because he's one of the coolest wrestlers around. Your final wrestling match and our final event for this week's Sports Frenzy, we have the champion Brock Lesnar going against the challenger Braun Strowman. And this is for the Universal Championship match. I gotta believe Brock Lesnar's been in some huge matches. I don't think his time with the WWE is done yet. Not a huge Brock Lesnar fan. I think Braun Strowman has a future in this, but I don't think it's his week to win it. All right, program's been on for a little over an hour right now, guys, so I'm going to get to some details I have for you guys this week, some things that are going on that I've posted on Sports Frenzy throughout the week. Again, you can see the information. I try to post it as on our Twitter feed too, but it's also it's more part of our Sports Frenzy page, all this information. Anything I read to you guys, you can find more details on the Sports Frenzy page. So first up this week, I have Coach Harbaugh is confirming that wide receiver Tarik Black may be out for the season. He has to have surgery on a cracked bone on the outside of his foot. He said he's probably out for the season. He didn't say he is out, but he said most likely he will be out for the season. So, speedy recovery to you, Tarik. Big news this week I read is studies. They're doing studies on what are your thoughts on tackle football right now at the early ages. Some are saying that tackle football kids shouldn't be doing tackle football at least before the age of 12. That the brain is still in very young developing stages. Concussions and things are becoming such a huge factor. People are worried that kids under 12 should not be playing tackle football. Your thoughts on that? I know there's a lot of youth leagues out there, and so yeah. I didn't read the whole article. I know concussions are being taken very seriously now. And speaking of that leads into Detroit Lions rookie Jared Davis is on concussion protocol right now. He apparently, he took a hit during the Monday Night Football game that took him out. So hopefully he comes out and has a speedy recovery and will feel better here soon. And will pass all the concussion protocols and be back out playing for us. He's been having an awesome rookie season so far. Hey guys, if you are a huge fan of the Detroit Red Wings and we're a huge fan of Joe Louis Arena, you can go to the Detroit Red Wings page right now and order a piece of history. That's right, they got a shadow box you can get with farewell stamp on it from the stadium. It's a picture of the farewell ceremonies, and you get a little vial of the melted ice from the final season of Red Wings hockey. You can go to the Red Wings page and find out more about this, about how to get that. It's a little pricey, so it just depends how big a fan you are and how much you're willing. However, the money does go to charity, so it goes to a good cause for the Red Wings. Sad news coming out of, Midwestern State. They had a young man, 19 years old, pass away from injury he received making a tackle against another player. Our condolences go out to him, his family, and his teammates. Congratulations goes out to our very own Lions, Jamel Agnew. He's the NFL Special Team Player of the Week. It's a big shout out to him. And final I have for you this week comes from a post that the professor gave me. The Addison Panthers are number 10 in the AP Division 7 polls. Both of us, this is the first time they've been in the polls for as far back as we can remember. So, yeah. All right, guys. That's about all I have for you this week. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Thanks for joining us once again. Remember, a reminder right now, that I won't be shooting a Sunday night show, recap show for Monday, because the wrestling pay-per-views usually go to 11:30, and I obviously got to get to bed for work the following day. So I will be shooting a recap show Monday and have it ready for Tuesday. All right, guys. Get out there. It's going to be a wonderful weekend for sports. Get out there and enjoy some football or whatever other sports you like to do. Get out there and enjoy the weekend. I'm the coach. Be blessed, everyone, and we will see you again real soon. And go Columbia Central. Thank you once again, guys, for the awesome gear. Take care, everybody.